everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to a Pretty Twisted podcast. Today is Saturday, June 26th, and I am coming to you from Central Florida, where I live with my husband, my 2 daughters, my 3 cats, and my grandma, who we call Mimi. I hope everybody is doing well. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back and checking me out, spending some time with me today. And if you're new, welcome. I like to share all about my knitting, yarn, crochet, crafting shenanigans here on this little corner of the YouTubes. And this is probably going to be a very unedited, little bit raw episode. I've had a it was a week. Today was a week. It's been a week. Okay, so my grandma, I don't think I've ever shared this before, but my grandmother lives with us. We call her Mimi. She's 85 and she lives with us. She has a lot of health problems and we care for her. She can't really do much of anything for herself, and she went to the emergency room last night. She's home. It's fine. Everything's fine. But, you know, that's always stressful, so I probably won't edit this video very much, simply because I have a lot of yarn to dye, and I may not have time to edit, but hey, it's real life. That's what this is. I was almost not going to record, but I really did want to sit down and spend some time with you guys and talk about yarn because it is therapy for me, and I hope that's okay with everybody. So I took very little notes. I just kind of grabbed project bags. I'm going to open them and talk about the yarns inside and see where that takes us. So it's going to be an adventure. Let's go. Come on this adventure with me, all right? I wrote some notes, but I don't have any finished objects. First bag that I grabbed is this bag right here. This project bag was sewn by Georgianne of Stitching Plaza, who has announced that she is coming out of retirement and sewing project bags for us. She has her own website, stitchingplaza.com. Check her out on Instagram and follow her for updates and announcements and different things like that. She's amazing. My favorite project bag maker. These particular bags that I have here are all from about like 2017. It's drawstring, which I love for socks because the yarn doesn't get caught in it. I do have some zipper project bags, which are fine. But sometimes, the yarn can get caught on the zipper, and that's not ideal, is it? Oh, these are fun. Okay. So this is a sock whip that I cast on. And I am going to be knitting this on 9-inch circulars. It's barely anything to show, but whatever. It's just, I cast on and literally haven't even knit one round. 9-inch circs, I've knit one entire pair of socks with 9-inch circulars. And it hurt my hands. It was a little fiddly, but I'm going to give it another go. So I cast on. This yarn is from Breaking Yarn. So this color is her Lily of the Valley. And this is her card. This mini is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 4-ply, 92 yards, 20 gram skein. So I also have a black mini from Breaking Yarn in black, which is her Jane Margolis color. This black and white is beautiful. She dyes amazing, like pretty much solid. I mean, as solid as hand dyed can get. So McKaylee is amazing. And the star of this sock. Okay, so I'm going to do the cuff, like white, black, white, and then I'm going to knit the body of the sock with some crystal meth. All of her hand-dyed yarn is inspired by Breaking Bad. So I restarted watching that series for the bazillionth time while I'm knitting these. So my plan is to do the cuff, 6 rounds of white Lily of the Valley, 3 rounds of Jane Margolis, and then another 3 rounds of Lily of the Valley, and then the body of the sock, so the leg in crystal meth, the heel flap in Lily of the Valley, and then I'm going to try just doing the heel turn in Jane Margolis. So I saw Kay from A Crazy Sock Lady and Carrie from Stolen Minutes do where just the heel turn is a different color, and I thought that was really neat. So I'm going to try that, and then do the foot in crystal meth and the toe Lily of the Valley, Jane Margolis, Lily of the Valley. So it'll have kind of some stripes in it. And I've never done that before, so that will be fun. So you can check out Breaking Yarn. She is on Instagram, breakingyarn.com. I think you can find her everywhere on the interwebs at Breaking Yarn. I need a drink. I have my Diet Coke and my owl cuppy. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab bags. This next whip is in a bag my mom sewed, and it is called Atlas in Wonderland. She does not have a shop. She made these especially for a collaboration we did. I dyed the yarns to go with the bag. And there's one of these left in my shop. All of the proceeds from this collaboration we are donating to the San Diego Humane Society. So far we have raised, I've wrote it down, I think it's about $320, and I had a very sweet lady who follows me on Instagram and is a subscriber here on YouTube reach out to me, and she sent me the sweetest e-card just out of the kindness of her heart. And she's one Nana on Instagram, but she did this, she's matching what we made and donating that out of her pocket to the San Diego Humane Society. So my mind is just like blown. My heart is so full, so sweet. So she's doing that, and then she also sent me an e-card, but she didn't do this for recognition or anything, so I'm not going to say anything more than she's one Nana on Instagram. But this is the card. So sweet. So I forwarded this to my brother in San Diego. I made him cry. His dog passed away, and we wanted to donate to the San Diego Humane Society because that is where we are all from, and where my brother rescued his new dog Ace from. So I'm knitting this sock cuff down. I did 64 stitches, which is typically what I do. Sometimes I do a 60 stitch sock, which also fits me, but the math, I don't know, like you have to do, on a 60 stitch sock, you have to do, because it's not, it's divisible by 2, but not 4, I think. So you have to do, for a 2x2 rib, knit 1, purl 2, so that it ends up being 2x2 rib, if that makes sense. It probably does. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is a 64 stitch sock, and I'm knitting these on US 1 2.25 millimeter Chowgu. I think these are red lace needles. But anyways, these are my favorite. I'm knitting the magic loop. It's my preferred method of knitting. This is the ball. So that has been bringing me joy this week. Oh, my next project in another bag by Stitching Plaza. Hydro Jam. This is a unicorn bag. She does such an amazing job. I cannot wait for her bags to be available again. Beauteous. Oh, this is almost a hoe this week, but it's not. Not yet. Oh, goodness gracious. Yarn life. Whatever. This is a Goths Like Christmas too. This is a colorway I dye. And it's available for pre-order in my Etsy shop. So I knit this 64 stitches, 2x2 rib. Knit down the foot, kitchenered the toe. And then I have cut in for the Afterthought heel. This is a really cute progress keeper that I got. I don't remember the name of the shop on Etsy I got it from, but I will, if I have time, I will link it down below. It's really cute. Sally progress keeper. I love knitting an Afterthought heel. It fits me fine. I like a heel flap, heel turn gusset. Fits me the best, but an Afterthought heel fits fine, and for self-striping I love how it gives like a bullseye effect. That's really fun. So, and it's more mindless for me to do. I can kind of just do it without looking, or without a pattern or anything like that, so it's a little bit chill. It's a little bit chill for me to knit. A heel flap, heel turn, and gusset, I know like the recipe in my head, but I still sometimes will pull up the tutorial by Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, whatever, vanilla. She has like vanilla socks on 9-inch, vanilla socks on Magic Loop, 2 at a time. So I'll pull up whatever method I'm knitting, and just to refresh my memory about a heel flap and gusset. Hi, kitty. You gonna play with yarn? Please don't. You wanna come say hi? No. She might come in a little bit. That would make me happy. Kitty, I think they all want to say hi to you. No? Yeah, you can come? Come here. She's over it. I'm over it. This week, the adulting was a lot of adulting this week. I'm done. I'm over it. No more adulting for me this week. This year? Let's be real. It's probably going to happen sometime later today, but that's okay. I'll deal with it when it comes. Right now, I'm not adulting. Not adulting right now. Okay, so July 1st, I'm going to post my 12 Stripes of Christmas colorway, and this is the finished colors. So these are 12 stripes. I did make them a little bit wider, so they're about 4 rounds per stripe, depending on your gauge. So these are 12 Stripes of Christmas. This was really fun to figure out and do the math for and come up with a recipe to do 12 stripes. I know it's not like, some people do like 30, and I know the Cozy Knitter does a 24 stripe advent. I have an idea in my head how that would be done, but I'm not sure how to execute it. I don't think I have the space currently to do that. Yeah, but the 12 stripes I can do. So I'm going to list 10 of these on July 1st for pre-order. I think it's very pretty. I'm kind of proud of myself for having done this. So I'm knitting this sock 64 stitches. I did 12 rounds of 2x2 rib. I'm going to do an Afterthought heel, and these are on US 1 2.25 Xiaogu needles. what was I going to say? So this is not like an advent calendar. I've had some questions about an advent calendar. I'm not ready to execute like an advent calendar per se this year. But I did want to do like a Christmas in July thing. So I figured dyeing self-striping yarn, 12 days of Christmas, 12 stripes of Christmas. So I'll announce on Instagram when that is going to, well, it's going to be July 1st, but I'll announce it on Instagram when it's posted and live. So if you don't already, you can follow me on Instagram. That's pretty neato. Instagram's fun. I learned how to do reels. So here's a funny thing. I thought that people were literally like, I didn't know reels were, you could like hold it and then do your thing and it played the song or, you know, the lip syncing or whatever for you. I thought people had like an iPad and were listening to it and then trying to lip sync. So I was like way overcomplicating it, which I do. I could overcomplicate anything. I could literally overcomplicate Kraft mac and cheese. I don't know why. But that's just what I do. So anyway, I was overcomplicating. What was I even talking about? See, this is what happens when you adult all week. Then you have like no brain cells left. I almost didn't record because I was like, ugh, I don't have that much to share. But I like to sit down and talk to you guys because I don't have some like real life friends that are near me. So overcomplicating. What was I overcomplicating? Oh, reels. Okay, so I figured it. I was like, oh, okay. So I made a reel and it's super silly, but it's really fun to do. I'd like to do some more. I have a lot of things in my head that I'd like to do, but time and the adulting life gets in the way. Rude. Life's always getting in the way of my my grand plans, but that's okay. We deal with it. We record when we're a hot mess and it's okay. Oh, look at this thing I made. I made this in like 2015. It's a leather wrap bracelet. And it has like, so you take 2 leather cords and then you have this, I think it's waxed cotton twine. Anyway, you put each bead in like individually and kind of weave them in there. So all of these beads were loose and then you bead weave them all in. There's a cute little butterfly charm. And then this is the clasp, I guess you would call it. This is where it buckles. And then my shirt I got from Shaylee, who is Hens and Chicks on Instagram. If you don't follow her, you should. She's very talented. I got this shirt and it says, I dye so I don't choke people. Save a life. Send yarn. I think I saw John from a Lefty Knitter podcast have this shirt or something similar to it. So congratulations, John and Aquila, a Lefty Knitter podcast hit 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations. That's so super cool. Y'all deserve it. You guys work so hard and you make me laugh every single day. It's really fun. Okay, so this next project is living in a project bag that I have from Bags by Awesome Grannie. It's got cute foxes on it. This is not yet a whip. Sorry, I don't know if the zipper's loud. Also, my air conditioner, I'm going to keep it on. Sorry, it's Florida. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning and it's 100 degrees outside with probably 150% humidity. So air stays on most of the time here. This is a project I'm going to cast on, and this is by Aquila, a Lefty Knitter podcast. You should follow them on Instagram and on YouTube. So this is a paid for pattern. I don't think this, nope. This is a $2 pattern on Ravelry, and you can get it from her too in other forms. I'm not really sure about that. I'll talk about Ravelry in a minute, but this is what the cowl looks like. I'm going to be knitting the adult version, and I got the yarn to do exactly like Aquila did it. And I found my other skein finally. So I have Stroll Fingering in Sprinkle Heather, and then Stroll Fingering in their black color. So this is going to be, it's Stranded Colorworks. I don't know what you call it, like the background. So that's going to be the background colors. And then the star of the show are these minis that I got from Andrea, who is the Catt Lady, C-A-T-T, Craft All the Things. Let's put this in rainbow order. So this is a mini set that she dyed to go with, she dyed this in collaboration with Aquila for the Conversation Hearts cowl. And this is Andrea's card. The Catt Lady. And she has her own website too. I was looking at Shopify. I don't have time right now, but I might move my store to Shopify. If anybody's done that or like knows anything about, like, I know Etsy is like a marketplace and Shopify is like a shopping cart type platform, so I know it's not the same thing. But let me know if you've moved from Etsy to Shopify, or if you use Shopify, and maybe what your thoughts are. Leave a comment below. I was thinking, let's do something fun, like because I'm sitting here like talking to myself, even though I'm talking to you guys. But to keep the conversation going, why don't you guys leave me a comment below and just like ask me anything. And this will kind of lead into Ravelry. I know on Ravelry there's like threads, ask me anything threads and stuff, but I don't know what's going on with Ravelry. Do you guys? I'm not sure. When I put knitting down in 2018, like Ravelry was fine and amazing, and that's where you got your patterns, and I was never very good at Ravelry, but I did keep notes in there so that I could go back and be like, oh, okay, this sock I knit this way, or I knit this many rounds, like a notebook basically. But I also bought, that's where I got my patterns. Like, you browse Ravelry to get patterns. And then coming back to knitting, I just started knitting and I didn't like look at Ravelry until sort of recently. And then when I started watching podcasts and stuff again, I almost don't even want to speak about it because I don't know what's going on. Something about like their new background, I don't know that much about websites or anything, is causing people issues, seizures and stuff. I'm not sure. Tell me what's going on with Ravelry. Tell me down below. Ask me anything and tell me what's going on with Ravelry. That'd be cool. Let's do that. So I kind of go on there and like put notes on, but then I get off real quick because I'm scared. I don't want to support something that's causing people pain or illness, but I don't know what else to do. So anyways, don't look at my Ravelry. It's not fun. It's just like me making notes to myself, so none of it makes sense. And I don't even have like pictures uploaded for projects, and most of my projects aren't even on Ravelry, but I know on Ravelry they have like threads where you can ask me anything and a podcast group and stuff. So I might do that and just put disclaimers. I don't know. Like, why would they do that when they're the only source that we have? Like, I don't know of any other platform like that you can go to. I'm rambling. Anyway. A little sip on the Diet Coke. Oh, I do have more knitting. I was going to say that's all the knitting I have, but that would be a lie, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. On Scrappy Sunday, last Sunday, I knit on my Cozy Comfort Throw, pattern by Molly from a Homespun House. This is the first time I'm showing a blanket, so I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. Okay, so I'm using, these are like Knit Picks. They're wood. I don't remember what they're called. If I can find it, I'll link it below. If not, I don't know. But they're green and kind of swirly and pretty. Don't remember what size those are either, but this is my blanket. Oh God. So you hold 2 strands of fingering weight yarn together. So for my, so it's super squishy. So my white color, so you hold 2 together and so it's kind of marled. So I'm using all indie dyed yarn, either BFL or merino or like a merino cashmere blend. And I'm holding it together with an 80-20 Super Rush merino nylon blend for the minis that don't have sparkle, and the minis that do have sparkle, I'm holding it, wait a minute. Okay, so each section has 1 strand that has Selena in it and 1 strand that doesn't. So the indie dyed yarn strand that does not have Selena, then the white, it's undyed, has Selena. Oh my God, got that out, Teresa. I don't even know. Okay, but there's no rhyme or reason to what I am doing here. I am just picking up whatever mini I find and knitting with it. Some of it is my hand-dyed yarn. Some of it is Legacy Fiber Arts. I know this one right here is a Woolen Vine and Mexican Hot Chocolate. This one is, it looks like Reef Madness from Woolen Vine, but I'm using that on, it's not though. I don't know. I don't know what all the colors are, but this is gonna make a very scrummy being scrumptious and yummy at the same time. It's gonna be a very scrummy blanket because it's super squishy because of the garter stitch and because 2 yarns held together. I'm just gonna take a nap, okay? I had a lot to do today. You know what I did instead? I took a nap. Just kidding, I'm not gonna take a nap. I'm gonna go dye some yarn here in a little bit. I got 6 skeins to dye today, which I know doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, for self-striping, it's a lot. I don't have, like, I'm the only, like, employee. I don't have anybody really helping me. I did show Haley how to, like, put yarn on the Swift and cake yarn, to help me with, like, a little bit of that, but everything that you guys get from me is 100% me. So I order the yarn, I order the dye, I do inventory, I look at the orders, I get the base out, I use my warping mill, I wind the really big long skein, which can be anywhere from 16 yards to 24 yards. I tie it all off, I section out the colors, I take it off the warping mill, and what I do for that is kind of do like a crochet chain so that I can actually like handle the yarn, because walking around with a 24 yard skein is, I've tried, when I first started trying to dye self-striping yarn, there was yarn all over my house, so I finally figured out like a more efficient way to do it. I soak the yarn, I color code everything with a shower curtain so that I know, okay, this order has Lush, and this is what the colorway is. And then I put the colorways up, and then I dye the yarn in each section individually, and then I let it cool down, and then I rinse and wash the yarn. I put it in my spin dryer, I hang it up to dry. Once it's dry, I put it back on my warping mill so that it's supported by something, and then I take a nitty knotty and re-skein it into a manageable form. Then I package it, put a shipping label on it, and mail it off. So a lot of little steps in that. But I don't have like anybody, and then like all the social media stuff I do. I think Caitlin's coming out. Good morning, sleepyhead. You want to come say hi? She's shy. That's okay. Oh, so I don't think I mentioned this last episode, but as a thank you for coming and hanging out with me and subscribing to my YouTube channel, you can use the code podcast10 for 10% off in my Etsy shop. If you would like to do that, you may. Just quickly looking at my notes. Oh, so I had mentioned Georgianne, Stitching Plaza. I'm doing a collaboration with her. So I'm super excited now that she has announced that she's coming out of retirement and going to be making project bags again. I do have the yarn dyed and all set, to be dyed. It's going to be a pre-order. It's going to be July 9th. I'll show the yarn with the bag and stuff when I get the bags. But I'm not going to show the yarn yet until I have the bags and everything. But that's going to be July 9th. Oh, what have I been watching this week? Well, my husband and I last week watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a Quentin Tarantino film with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's all you really need to know. Like, do you need to know anything else? Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt for 3 hours? Yes, please. Enough said. But it was a really good film. I enjoy Quentin Tarantino's films. Okay, so here's a little thing that I just thought would be fun to show on the podcast. I have bins, like my stash is in bins, and most of my stash is from anywhere from like 2015, maybe even 2014 to like 2017, 18. So I just kind of grabbed a skein, and this is what I found. This is a skein from Meg at she has Bad Wolf Girl Studios. Now, she's not dyeing yarn anymore right now. She has amazing patterns out for colorwork sweaters that are gorgeous. So that might be a cast on I have to do. But I found this skein. And this is in her colorway Dumbledore. That's her logo. It's a stellina base. I'm not sure if it's gold or silver. I think it's silver. It looks silver. So let's open it up together and look at it. I have to smell it first. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, look at that. I've been following Meg for a while. She has a podcast also. She's in like grad school right now, so she's still doing podcasts and stuff. Maybe monthly, like I'm not sure. Follow her on Instagram for details, but like look at that, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These skeins that I'm finding, I like kind of don't even want to knit with. Which is horrible because it was dyed and meant to be knit, right? But like, I don't know. You can't get this anymore. It's like a fine vintage wine. I don't want to mess with it. But also, like, I want to make it into something. I used to have this thing where I didn't want to knit special skeins into socks because I was like, oh, from Volenvine, you have to like get on her to catch an update, and the Volenvine I got, it was like I went to her update, I pushed whatever, I didn't even care what color it was or what base it was. I was just like, buy, because you'd get cart jacked, and I'm sure it's still that way. Anyway, so I didn't want to like knit with it because I was like, oh, I just want to hold on to it. Like, look what I got. I got some Volenvine. Squirrel, hoard it. Don't ever get rid of it. And I didn't want to make it into socks because I figured like, that this skein is whatever, $30 or whatever price you paid. And then I don't want like $30 socks. And then, oh my gosh, it's Volenvine. I don't want to be stepping on it. I kind of got over that a little bit though, because the yarn is dyed and meant to be enjoyed and knit. And if I love the sock that much, I can always just put it on a sock blocker and hang it up as a decoration. So that's that. I want to try to get some advent calendars this year. I'm going to try to get Hannah, who is the Corner of Craft. She's amazing. She basically taught me how to bead weave with her tutorials. I want to try to get, she's doing like a 12 days of Stitchmas. You should follow her on Instagram for details. I want to try to catch her advent calendar. I think it's like July 24th. And then I want to try to get the Cozy Knitters 24 stripe advent calendar also. My allergies are bad this morning. Sorry if I'm sniffling. Check my notes. The imposter syndrome is a little bit bad this week. Anybody else get that? Like at any moment, everyone's gonna find out that like I super suck at life. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Today's a new day, and I think I'm gonna sign off because people are starting to wake up. Cats are starting to come in. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy this raw, somewhat unedited episode. Maybe next week I'll actually like have my stuff together and present things in a reasonable, cohesive fashion. But again, I make no promises. Oh my gosh. All right, I got yarn today, so I'm gonna go. You guys, thank you so much. If I missed anything, I'm going to try to link it in the down bar, which I'm sure I forgot, so check the down bar. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.